Being a high value woman is not about what others think of you. It's not about the value that somebody else places on you. It's about your own internal self-esteem, your own worthiness in yourself, and your value in yourself. And if you're attracting less than ideal circumstances, whether it's friendships or dating experiences or really any circumstance in your life that's not living up to what you truly desire, then this is when it's good to take a good hard look at yourself and see how you can increase your own value in yourself, your own confidence, your own worthiness, your standards, to then start attracting what you truly desire and what you truly deserve. Because everything in life is a mirror. We are merely reflecting back what is within us. And that is not to place blame or to say that we are at fault for the things that happen to us, but it's to take our power back and know that we can now have a say in what we choose to allow in our life. And from that place, you have the power to then create whatever you want in this life. So with all that being said, this is part 1 to becoming a high value woman. This is a series that I'm starting on my channel where I teach you how to become a high value woman. And episode 1 is all about confidence. It's about self-love. It's about self-esteem, the way that you feel about yourself, because that is the most important part. So every week for the month of February, I will be taking you through this series of becoming a high value woman. We'll be talking about being a high value woman in dating, in lifestyle, the mindset of a high value woman. So definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you can stay tuned for this series. Now let's get into today's video. Now before we get into today's video, let's talk about what even is a high value woman. Because like I said in the intro of this video, it is not about what other people think of you. It is not the value that somebody else places on yourself. It is your own internal belief of yourself. So I want to go over a couple of traits of high value women, and this is kind of the traits that I will be teaching you to embody in this entire series. So a high value woman holds herself to a high standard. Her essence and who she is just demands respect. She doesn't have to tell you to respect her and to treat her the way she deserves. It's her essence and her energy that just demands that, because she treats herself in that way. She sees herself in that light first, which then attracts people who also see her in that way. A high value woman knows what she wants, and she's also not afraid to stand up for herself, to speak up for what she wants, to set boundaries in a healthy way. And another trait of a high value woman is that she embraces her femininity. She knows that her feminine nature is not weakness, instead it's strength. So her vulnerable side, her nurturing side, her soft side, she's in touch with it and she's confident about it. She knows the power that's within her feminine nature. And this whole series of becoming a high value woman comes from me actually becoming a high value woman myself. Because I used to not be this woman who holds herself to a high standard, this woman who is confident and who sets like healthy boundaries. I used to be insecure. I used to let people treat me however they wanted to treat me. I used to not stand up for myself. So everything that I'll be teaching you in this series are things that I have actually taken myself through, things that I've learned throughout my journey of becoming this high value woman. So let's talk about building real confidence instead of just faking it to make it. Even though faking it to make it does help you out in some situations, but what I'm talking about in today's video is building real confidence in yourself. And when I say confidence, I don't really mean in the way that you look or in your appearance. But when I talk about real confidence, I mean like unshakable, unapologetic confidence in who you are as a woman. Confidence in the way you carry yourself. Confident enough to speak up for yourself, to set healthy boundaries, to demand what you want and what you truly desire in this life, to go after what it is that you desire. That kind of confidence that's just so internal within you that nobody can take it away from you. That is what I'm talking about when I say real confidence. So I'm going to share with you a couple of things that have really helped me build this confidence within myself. So starting with the first thing is putting yourself in situations that force you to grow. It is so easy for us to stay in our little bubble, to stay in our comfort zone, and to not ever leave our comfort zones because it's scary. And trust me, that's coming from me being a Taurus. I love my comfort zone. I love my comfort. But the most amount of growth that I've seen in myself is when I have left my comfort zone, when I have done things that have been so unbelievably uncomfortable. Because seeing myself do something that is really uncomfortable to master something that's completely out of my comfort zone has built so much confidence within myself because I know I can do hard things. So I would say one of the biggest things that have helped me build my confidence is what I'm doing right now, speaking to a camera. Because if you have ever tried to turn on a camera and sit in a room by yourself and speak to the camera, then you know how uncomfortable it is. Especially if you're the one also editing the video too. Like you go back and you watch the video and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that I even do those things with my hands or with my face or the way that I'm speaking. But over time, you get better at it. You get better at speaking on camera. You get better at articulating your thoughts, and that builds confidence within yourself. And it doesn't just have to be speaking on camera. It can be anything. It can be going to events even though you're an introverted person and you're shy and it's scary to talk to people, or signing yourself up for workout classes, for yoga classes, for Pilates, or pole dancing classes, or any type of dancing classes when you're like, I am not that kind of person. I don't dance. I don't do those things. But doing those things anyways, because you know it's gonna force you to grow. You know it's gonna stretch you. Ever since moving to San Diego, I have been going to so many events. I've been trying so many new things that I never thought I would ever get into. I never thought that I would be the person that could just go to an event and like just go up to somebody and start talking to them. Or sit in a circle with other women that I literally don't know at all and talk about the most vulnerable things on my heart. These are just experiences that I always thought were way too out of my comfort zone, way too uncomfortable for me to ever do. But doing them has given me so much confidence in myself. Another huge factor to confidence is becoming a woman of your word and sticking to the things that you say you're gonna do. This was probably the hardest thing for me to do because I used to be the person that was like, I'm gonna start on Monday. Monday would come around and I wouldn't start. I'm gonna start this thing tomorrow. Tomorrow would come around and I wouldn't start. And so what that does over time is you slowly start to lose faith in yourself, and you slowly start to not even believe your own word. And that is so crazy to me, to not even trust yourself, to not even trust your word, to trust the things that you say you're gonna do. When I realized that about myself, I was like, no, we have to change this. And so I started with baby steps. I'm like, tomorrow morning, I am gonna drink a glass of water. Every single day, that's the first thing I'm gonna do is drink a glass of water. That's easy enough. Just put a glass of water right by my bed and I'm gonna drink it. And that's gonna slowly start to allow me to build that trust within myself. And guess what? 2 weeks later, I was like, I've been drinking a glass of water every single morning, right when I wake up. I feel good about myself. I feel confident because I've stuck to what I said I was gonna do. And it's something that I consistently have to do. Go back to setting little promises for myself. Like at the end of last year, I kind of fell out of trusting myself to even show up on camera and to show up on social media. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna set a challenge to myself. I'm gonna stick to Vlogmas on TikTok, where I'm gonna post a mini vlog every single day from December 1st to December 25th. And I made that commitment to myself, and I showed up every single day, even the days that I did not wanna do it, and I posted a mini vlog to TikTok and to Instagram. And at the end of the month, when I tell you, I felt so confident about myself, I was like, I did that thing. I did the damn thing. You just feel so good about yourself when you do the things that you say you're gonna do. And kind of going along with that is holding yourself accountable and keeping promises to yourself. You know, I definitely think it's good to have some level of external accountability, but I was reading this book recently, actually the 12-Week Year. He was talking about how nobody can actually hold you accountable except for yourself, because nobody really cares enough about your goals and about your dream life as much as you do. So really nobody is gonna sit there and like force you to do something. You have to have a level of internal accountability within yourself to do the things that you say you're gonna do and to keep promises to yourself. I think the best way to do this is baby steps. I think that we self-sabotage when we decide to set these huge lofty goals. So start small. If you haven't gone to the gym in 3 years, start with trying to go once a week. Don't just jump right into 5 times a week. Now I know I said that building real confidence has nothing to do with the way you look, but it does have to do with the way you feel about yourself, and that does have to do with the way you look sometimes. So put an effort into your appearance, whatever that looks like for you. If it means doing your makeup, doing your hair, putting on a cute outfit, putting on some jewelry, whatever makes you feel your most confident in terms of your appearance, do that, because that's how you're gonna build that confidence within yourself. Because personally, whenever I have my makeup done and I have a cute outfit on and I feel really good about my appearance, then I feel more confident. I want to talk to people. I want to show up on camera. That's something that really helps me feel confident. And not just putting an effort into your appearance, but also taking care of yourself as well. Going to the gym, eating healthy, eating food that make you feel good. I think that's one of the biggest shifts I made in the past 2 or 3 years, as opposed to when I was in my early 20s, is I used to really put an emphasis on the way I looked in terms of like my diet and my health. And I really shifted that to instead focusing on how I feel. So I am very mindful of the way food makes me feel. And that allows me to make better choices when it comes to food. Because I'm not gonna eat fast food every single day, mostly because it doesn't make me feel good. Like, I know that when I eat fast food, I feel more sluggish, I have a little bit of brain fog, I feel bloated. And so I'm not gonna eat fast food every single day because that's not how I wanna feel every day. Something else that will help you build more confidence in yourself to then become this high value woman is to look at other women that you admire and ask yourself, what qualities about them do I admire, and how can I then embody those qualities? Whenever I watch a YouTube video and I'm like, this woman like really inspires me, I love her energy, I ask myself, like, what is it that I love about her? Is it that she's really confident? Is it that she's really outspoken? Is it that she says what she wants to say? Is it the way that she carries herself? Like, what is it about the women that you admire that attract you to them? And how can you then take on those qualities yourself? Okay, the last thing I want to mention is being a high value woman and being confident in yourself also means that you don't see other women as competition. Instead, you celebrate other women. I just want you to ask yourself, any confident woman that you've ever met, any woman who is high value and who carries herself to a high standard, have you ever seen her gossiping about other women or talking poorly about other women? Because if so, that means that she's actually not confident in herself. Speaking negatively about other people in general, but especially other women, just shows a deep level of insecurity. So to be truly confident in yourself means that you also see other women in a more positive light. You celebrate other women. You don't see other women as competition, because you know that another woman being beautiful and being smart and being confident in herself doesn't take anything away from you. If anything, it's proof that you can also be that way too. And also, I'm just a big girl's girl. I think that women, we need to stick together more, and we need to stop tearing each other down. We need to instead lift each other up, hold each other to higher visions, to higher standards. And I think a really beautiful way to do this is to go to women's circles, to go to events that are just for women, or some type of networking events or spiritual events where women are sitting around and, you know, either sharing their goals and their dreams with each other, or meditating, or doing anything that allows you to just sit with other women, to hold space with other women, and to see other women. Because when you see other women, when you hold space for other women, you know that we're all the same. We all have insecurities. We all have doubts about ourselves. And we're all just trying to make it in this world. We're all just trying to achieve our dreams and our goals in this world. That's something that I love about San Diego, is that there's so many women's events. I actually just went to a manifestation circle last night, and it was so beautiful. It was just so amazing to like sit with other women and to talk about our goals and dreams and the things that we're struggling with and how we want to make improvement in our lives. And it's just such a beautiful thing to hold space for other women and to see other women in such a positive light. Confident women do that. Confident women hold space for other women. They see other women in a positive light. Confident women lift up other women. They don't tear them down. And I'm going to talk more about this in the friendship part of the High Value Women series, because to be a high value woman, you also want to make sure that you're surrounded by other high value women. But in this video specifically, we're talking about confidence, but it does play a role in your own confidence in yourself. And the truth is, we do live in a world where women tear each other down and they talk negatively about one another. So this is something that you might have to decondition within yourself is seeing other women as competition, but it will truly allow you to build confidence in yourself. Now, I already have a self-love series on my channel, and I might actually update it because I think those videos are a couple years old at this point, but I do want to quickly touch on self-love. I do think that self-love and confidence go hand in hand, but being a high-value woman means that you love yourself. And again, this doesn't mean that you need to love yourself 100% of the time and you need to always be your absolute best friend and your biggest cheerleader. Like, there's gonna be times when you're not too fond of yourself, and that's okay, because you can still have a deep love and acceptance and respect for yourself even in those moments, even when you're not feeling the best about yourself. So I'll leave my self-love series down in the description box so that you can watch that. All right, I think that's gonna be it for part 1 of the High Value Women series. I'm so excited for this series. I really feel like it's gonna help you so much in becoming this woman that you desire to be. You're gonna become that girl after this series, okay? And in the next part of the series, we're gonna be talking about dating. We're gonna be talking about setting boundaries when you're dating and how to hold yourself to higher standards, how to be a high value woman when you're dating. Because let's be real, that is when a lot of us struggle to maintain these standards and these boundaries within ourselves. So definitely make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss that video. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye.